was a ceremony many are calling somber yet beautiful. This past weekend, Catholics around the world laid to rest the late Pope Francis. The funeral not only brought world leaders to the Vatican, but a group from the Buffalo Catholic Diocese was in attendance as well. News 4's Dylan Morello has the ceremony through their eyes. Dylan.
Marley, a group of a few dozen local Catholics already had plans to be at the Vatican for the canonization of the Catholic Church first saint from the millennial generation, but ended up at the Pope's funeral right in the middle of St. Peter's Square, a turn of events they say was meant to be.
We're pilgrims, we're not tourists. And pilgrims, meaning we're meant to be here to experience this.
Father Leon Burnett of St. Gregory the Great is currently leading a pilgrimage to Rome and the surrounding cities. The trip, planned since last July, follows in the footsteps of Carlo Acutis, who was originally meant to be canonized by Pope Francis earlier this month.
A lot of the young church was really excited for this canonization. A lot of us look up to Carlo as a pillar in the young church.
The plans changed when the Pope passed away. While this wasn't the trip they were planning, the group says this is the journey they were meant to be on.
And that's part of the beauty and nature of a pilgrimage. We're all going to experience what we were meant to experience.
Kyle and Gregory tell me they woke up before the sun this past Saturday, finding a spot in the middle of St. Peter's Square to participate in the funeral mass.
One of the highlights was seeing 250,000 people partaking in the Eucharist together, which was a beautiful thing.
The whole square went quiet, and you could sense that reverence.
As a group, we're all just walking through the Sistine Chapel the day before, knowing that this conclave is coming together in a very short time. And, you know, the heads of our church are going to be electing who will be the future successor of the seat of Peter. There's definitely a mix of emotions there.
The group adds, while it was a sad moment in the church's history, being around and connected to Catholics all throughout Rome these last few days made it a time to celebrate the joys of resurrection.
Be one of the people who was present to pray our Holy Father into heaven. There's great joy to that.
People applauding and cheering and singing, and in the buildings, people holding out banners, grazie. Kind of a joy, really, because I think people knew he did what he was called to do.
Now, the group's original intention of the trip, the canonization of Carlo Acutis, will have to wait until the next person takes the seat of St. Peter. The papal conclave, where cardinals will elect the new pope, is scheduled to begin on May 7th. In the studio, Dylan Morello, News 4.